Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're doing a little bit of a deep dive onto the previous video that I just did based on a scammer who is currently in the process of stealing gold and threatening to abolish an alliance out of Region 559, I believe. We'll take a look. I believe that's the right one, but we'll go into it, the actual details here in a second. The reason I mention this is because this is seeming to be a bigger problem than what people think, for a couple of reasons, which again, we will dive into this video. First and foremost, let's give you a quick reminder of the scenario. I was reached out to by a person by the name of Morris Death. This was an R5 from an alliance who unfortunately fell victim to this person's scam, okay? Basically, what they're stating is that this person came in impersonating one of their other farms and one of their other friends' farms, he wants to issue a Federation buff. So they were present at the time, wanted to offer a Federation buff. So instead of checking the ID number, they simply gave them R5. That person then changed their name back to what it was, and let's show you that person. Oh, they're in 565, pardon me. And that person's name is Farm Conquest. This guy right here, Conquest Farm. Okay, and we're going to look at this guy's account. We're going to look at his ID number, 168-669-5640. And I want you guys to remember, Conquest Farm, okay, currently in 565, currently in Allegiance or in Alliance Fear. Now, if we look at Fear, for example, I want to take a look here and notice that the members, well, they don't have any members. Now, why is that a problem? Well, because when I was reached out to, the people that were in R4 and R5 have been kicked, and the conversations will show, or the copy pastes will show, that this person is now threatening to dissolve this entire alliance, which, if we look at 565, we can see that is a lot of space within Territory 3, within Territory 2, and the rest. Okay? And this is something that they are currently doing. Now, why is this a problem if it's just one individual person or just farm? Well, the bigger thing is that I've discovered who this farm is connected to. Now, they're going to defend, and I will show you the conversations with these people as well, but they're going to defend their perspective, saying, oh, it wasn't them, that they were simply buying gold cheaply, and this was just someone trading them gold instead. Okay, but the conversations, so I'll let you be the judge, but the conversations will show from what I have that this was their farm directly. Okay, in fact, that's what they called it, was their farm. Okay, so first and foremost, remember that Conquest person, Conquest Farm. And why this is such a big deal is because I go back to a conversation I had with Roger, who knows a little bit about this. And says, I know the scammer, but I didn't know what to do about her. Here's her main account. Sorry, this is the main farm account. And this is why we started to realize the connection. So he showed me this from the Alliance Cut from Thornwood. And I looked at it and I went, well, what's the problem? Their Alliance vault is empty. They're a low Alliance, no big deal. But I look at their donations, and this person donated 53,000 gold to this Alliance. Now, this is the Alliance I have more contacts with. Now, these people wanted to be... they wanted to be anonymous, so I won't be showing their contacts directly, but I will read them to you. And this person here donated 52,000. But when I click on this person, let's see what happens. It connects me to Conquest Farm again. So that person, this person here who donated 52,000 gold, 53,000 gold almost, to this alliance, cut. Okay, CTE. This person donated 52,000 is this person who is currently stealing gold and holding an alliance hostage. Okay? And like I said, we can go back and prove that it's being held hostage because the R5 or R4 that I was talking to, her name is Morris Death. Let's look over this conversation. Okay? Conquest Farm got control, devolved very quickly, changed his name back, devolved, kicked people, took gold. If he doesn't get provoked, he'll return the alliance when he's done. Turns out this happened a couple of times. She was contacted by a couple of people. He removed and kicked all of the R4s and things. He's going to dissolve the alliance. They're currently hiding out in their Academy alliance while this happens. Supposedly it's happened before. There are a couple other numbers here I don't necessarily want to show you, but there's some other ones here. I've also reached out to this other person here named... where is that? Where are they? Hold on one second. Named Naira, who also admit, yes, they lost 26,000 gold 1 week that he was there as R5. They stole 26,000 gold, so they're in the process of doing a lot of this stripping, right? And then I reached out, or I got contacted by the individuals who are part of this alliance where we noticed that connection. 52,000 donated gold by Conquest Farm. And I spoke to these people, and they told me that they were instructed, the R5 instructed them. Now, this is before they understood that there was problems, okay? Before they understood where the gold was coming from. They were instructed to transfer the gold from the Alliance Vault to the main player. And this was before this player themselves had already asked themselves to try to get the R5 position. So they tried to do it to Thornwood as well. But instead, they got him to just transfer the gold. And I was in conversation with these people, and they told me specifically that they were instructed that this was their farm account by this person right here. Fear of God. So Fear of God is supposedly, from what I've understood, connected with this. Now, I don't know if they're the main player or if they're simply, if they are simply a random connection in all this. Because as you'll read through their conversation when I talked to them about it, when I said, hello, how are you? They said, fine. I said, I'm fine. I'm curious how you're connected to this player. And they say, I don't know them at all. And I says, well, why did they donate 50,000 gold to you? And he says, well, what are you talking about? Where, to whom? I says, don't lie. I've got the connections. I've got the context. I've got the communications. I've got screen captures. Okay. Again, I don't want to show them because they are people that have asked me not to because they're scared of retaliation. They're a lot smaller. These are smaller basic alliances that are being threatened. Okay, but I did show you the one where they are actively currently stealing gold. And we know, and I know personally that these people are connected. Okay, so first he says he doesn't know them at all. And then he goes on to say, as I said, are you going to deny that you know this person? He says, I'm denying that I know this person. So I state, I know they donated over 50,000 gold to you. I know it's your farm account. I was giving you a chance to defend yourself. I'm very sad to hear that you're stealing gold from smaller alliances and threatening to dissolve them. Just know that I'll be making a lot of noise about you. They go, this is a very serious accusation. So basically I go on, yes, I have proof. I'm going to show you the YouTube link when I'm done, so you'll see the proof. And then they basically say, well, they were buying gold from a Russian bot outlet, right? So they have nothing to do with this account. They were just buying gold. But I simply started the conversation by asking, how do you know them? How are you connected to them? How do you know them? So if he had just bought gold, why wouldn't he have just said, well, I bought gold off them. It's a Russian gold seller. But he didn't. He defended it and said, I don't know them. I don't know them. And now he says, oh, I'm buying gold on Russian sales platforms, and I have nothing to do with this account. Right? So now he's saying this. Now he's saying this. So his entire defense was, first, I don't know them. And now, oh, I do know them, but it's not my account. I just bought gold at the auction. Okay? So you can see how his story shifts. And so basically I said, I'm going to make a video about him. He says, go ahead. You don't have enough proof, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, I have proof. I will show I will read out the discussions I have with these people. They are in Discord, so I don't necessarily want to show them. And again, they wanted to be anonymous. Okay? But the conversation directly from them goes, hello, Fear. They're talking to Fear of God. The R5 advised me to give gold that you gave gold to the Alliance. I will be busy at work today, but I'll send it back as soon as promised. And he said, perfect. Granted, he's speaking in Russian, and I don't exactly know what the translation is. Someone would have to, but I know what the first one says, typically thank you or, good or thank you or something. So he knows that he had gold donated. He knows he's going to get it back, and that wasn't a problem. Okay? Now, after they started to give it, she says, well, I can only give out a certain amount. I sent you 6,500 gold, and I can't give you any more because I can only give 20% at a time per day. So there's still, there was over 15,000 gold that was given to him that he was transferring at the time. And nowhere did he say anything except that this was from his farm. Okay, or that way it was from him directly. So we know it's not even, and it came from that account. He even called that from him. He agreed that it was him who said it, who sent it. Okay, so we know that fear of God is connected to the scamming account that is currently scamming gold in five. I keep forgetting 559, I believe. He's currently in the process of doing that. So they are connected. This means, folks, if you get anybody asking, or if you meet this person in general, fear of God, let's pull up that number again. His ID, 153-242-4406. Okay, fear of God somehow is connected to this entire gold. Whether he's, in my opinion, he's connected directly because, like I said, he first denied knowing them in general and then blamed it on being a gold bot selling service instead of just telling me exactly what it was when I questioned him about it a couple of times, right? So if I was being defensive, right, if someone was coming at me, that would be my defense right off the bat, not saying I didn't know them, but instead that's what he was doing. Then he falls back on, well, I was buying gold otherwise. So again, make the decision up on your own mind. In my opinion, this guy is heavily connected to the situation that's happening currently in Death Morris's position. So let me just get a reminder on that one again. Sorry. In Morris Death's region. Okay. Let me just give me 1 second here. Yeah, so he's currently in 565, right? Fear Conquest is currently in 565, committing right now gold theft and basically, what is it called? When they hold people hostage like that, when a person goes in and like holds them hostage like that. I can't think of the term, but he's basically doing just that right now, holding them for more gold in fear of dissolving their alliance and their hard work. Okay? And then that is connected. Whether, again, you can make up your own mind whether he's buying gold, whether he's just a Russian guy buying gold himself and he's just taking advantage of the system, or whether he's involved, but simply by the way that he defended himself or didn't defend himself and then stated it was a gold buying thing. I'm honestly on the fence that says, or I'm on the side that says he's definitely involved somehow. So keep your eyes out for players like this. Keep your eyes out for people who are asking for R5, especially to give things like Federation buffs. I get it. It's 2,000 gems to be able to activate one, but it's not worth giving up everything in order to activate those. So be smart, folks. Be smart. Be careful when you have people that, even if it's your own group, check these ID numbers. The first one that I mentioned, Conquest Farm. Again, we're going to mention that number, 168-669-5640. And then we're going to talk about Fear of God and his number, 153-242-4406. So please be careful of these guys. Please be careful of these types of players. And at the end of the day, be careful of your own alliances, because the problem comes when you lose this gold. It is real money. It is real gold that can be used for things, and they are effectively stealing and ruining the game for a lot. So watch it, be careful, and protect your gold, protect your alliances, folks. Be extra cautious. Those scammers are out there. All right? That being said, like, comment, subscribe, fill out the notification bell so you get any new drops, and go ahead and click that join button for only $5 a month. It really helps a long way to helping the stream and helping the channel. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.